Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. Today we are going to be reacting to this.
So he said he was going to his friend's house to play video games.
He left at 3:30.
I don't know the exact time.
This woman is in the midst of lying to police. Just hours ago, she brutally murdered her son Gannon, hid his body in the basement, and called 911 to report him missing. Officers at the scene have no idea what they walked into, and they will quickly find themselves entangled in this killer's twisted lies.
Is there anybody down here?
No.
No one.
So then when I get downstairs, he had one of the guns. And I was terrified. He asked me to give him a suitcase.
Is Gannon in a dumpster?
No.
You didn't hurt Gannon? Did you kill Gannon?
No.
But this was just the beginning of her lies.
Why would I hurt our child? I had everything in the world. I have no motive.
So tell me where he is and let me help you.
I don't know where he is. All I can tell you is
Okay, hold on. I didn't actually expect.
where he is. All I can tell you is I did not hurt him.
In the early hours of January 27th, Letitia texts her supervisors at Widefield School District 3 stating that she cannot come to
I think she killed her son because she was drinking. If you know what I mean. Like when you're drunk. I think she's drunk and she couldn't control herself, so she killed herself. But why would you do that to your own kid? That just doesn't make sense.
work. Allegedly, her stepfather was killed in a hit and run, and she has to tend to his passing. Nearly 6 hours later, at 9:56 a.m., Letitia sends another text to her employers. This time, she states that Gannon is sick and she needs to stay home. However, just 20 minutes later, at 10:16 a.m., a neighbor's surveillance camera captures Letitia and Gannon entering their red Nissan Frontier and driving away. During this time, Letitia would visit a Petco on Nevada Avenue instead of visiting a doctor to treat her allegedly sick son. By 2 p.m., both Gannon and Letitia returned home, but something was off. Not only did Letitia purchase cleaning supplies moments after their return, but backed all the way into her driveway. According to family and friends, Letitia never backed up all the way into the driveway. But for now, only one credible conclusion can be made. The only person last in contact with Gannon was his own stepmother. And oddly enough, she would report him to be missing 5 hours later at 7 p.m.
My son was supposed to be home at 6 o'clock, and it's almost 7. And we went to all his friends' house. He said he was going to be at his friend's house, and they said he wasn't there, and the other one said he never came there. So I don't know any other people to call and ask. And I talked to my husband, so I told him I had to call you guys as fast as I could because I don't know anyone else here that he could be missing. He's only 11.
With this call, officers rushed to Letitia's home in an attempt to gather as much information as possible, because every single second, Gannon's trail gets colder.
Did he take his bike?
No.
Okay, because somebody saw a little kid on a bike. They posted it, but I didn't know if he brought it.
Well, he didn't, unless he took it sooner and brought it back because Lena ends up getting the bike.
What color is the bike?
Dinner.
Blue
And he never
and black.
came home. They thought he was at his friend's house. He was like,
Yeah. There's
He never
one
went to his
picture
friend's
someone
house.
sent he was on
Okay.
and he was taking the switch.
For someone who
So someone who literally, her son went missing. How is she so calm? I just don't get it. How is she so calm if her son literally should?
just realized their son is missing, Letitia is strangely calm. Not only that, she states with her initial alibi that Gannon was visiting her friend, which is clearly a lie as Gannon never left the home after his return. Undoubtedly, something is very wrong here. But for these officers, Letitia is nothing more than a concerned mother as they continue to search her home.
Okay, because you weren't in here in the beginning, right? I didn't know if I had that box cutter and all that stuff in there because I told him about he dropped a candle last night.
oh, okay.
And I thought I must have picked it up. I was just making sure. I didn't want you to be like, oh, just a box cutters. But yeah, I had to cut this And I told them I wasn't even going to tell Dad, and I was going to figure out a way to put this in there from the situation, but
At least you got a carpet. Yeah,
right. I just took it and like covered up with the carpet and stuff like that. But
does he have any friends around here?
There is a. Let me look on this thing. He did have this one like boat thing.
That's where you're supposed to be at down the road. But they checked that already? They went over there and talked to him, and they're like, no, we hadn't seen him at all. Oh, okay.
He did have this like
And you talked to parents, right? You didn't talk to...
Yeah, Connor's mom came over, who is a friend he hangs out with all the time. So they come over. The people here, the friends, they were just the ones that were at the door with the bike. Okay. They came over. A bunch of people came over.
Keep in mind that officers have not yet completed their house search. They have only gone through the home superficially. Yet, oddly, Letitia is trying her best to keep them restrained to 2 sections of the house. The living room, where there is a burnt piece of carpet, and Gannon's room. This strange behavior would only worsen as Letitia is committed to keeping the officers where they are.
He forgets to like bring this or bring that or bring this or bring that. You know?
Still good.
Yeah.
So no clothes are missing or nothing?
No, we actually lay out all the clothes all the time. Like for, like every day at school, we lay out clothes, we do whatever.
Is his jacket gone?
He had on he has several jackets. Like it depends on, I'm very like fashion. So like it just depends on jackets. Like he might have this black one with this, or there's a blue one with this.
So he had a jacket?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Several jackets. Like, you see the kid has, like tons and tons of clothes, and he just,
Okay.
He has all that stuff, so.
The Israelites saw Pharaoh's chariots. They were terrified. But God told Moses to raise his staff.
All that stuff, so.
There was a weird text that Dad got about something about bath salts. And hey, if I can get some bath salts, do we have any bath salts? Yeah, and my friend will let me play Sonic or something at their house. You sent that to his dad? Yeah, I got it. And then Mom goes through everything, finds this part. Yeah.
This is the exact moment that officers realized that Letitia was hiding something from them. It's strange that she randomly closes the door here as if there was something in the basement that she didn't want the cops to see, and her behavior, words, and strategies to deflect the cops from certain areas of the house did not go unnoticed. Consequently, her devices were subjected to a forensic analysis where officers would come across a disturbing video recorded on Sunday, January 26th, a day before Gannon supposedly went missing.
Gannon, I promise it's the last time I'm going to ask you. I'm just freaked out, okay? Are you sure you didn't do it on purpose?
He did it.
Okay, we promise. He promised.
On purpose.
Pinky promise.
Pinky.
Okay, alright, so listen, we're going to have to sell stuff to fix it. So we figure out what we got to sell. We can sell the sofa because we got to get it fixed, so lady. Don't be mad at us and kick us out of the house. Okay?
This video was recorded by Letitia when Gannon supposedly dropped a candle on the carpet, leaving a burn mark. What the video doesn't show is that Gannon sustained burn injuries on his arms from the candle, and rather than treating his burns, Letitia is heard scolding him instead. Additionally, during the phone analysis, officers discovered a phone call that Letitia had made to her husband, Albert Stouch, informing him of the situation.
He told me it was just his arms. So I didn't see anything that would have thrown a flag that I had to be like, oh my God, emergency or anything like that.
But if his arms was bubbling, that's not an emergency?
Well, it hadn't broke skin. Like, it was just underneath. In my mind, I'm like, let's evaluate the situation tomorrow and see or whatever. It wasn't burn mark. It was bubbly. I didn't see it as a bad thing. I just knew he was like, it's not hurting. We put aloe on it, and I assumed, okay.
As heartbreaking as this call is, the burns described are likely second degree because of both the freezing feeling that Gannon described and the presence of blisters. Things aren't adding up, and the story so far paints a really bad light on Letitia. However, officers need to verify what really happened, as it was after this incident that Gannon disappeared. That's why on January 30th, 3 days after Gannon's disappearance, Letitia was called in for an interview so detectives could understand the circumstances surrounding the situation.
So Gannon had started a candle. Again, normal day. He's very responsible in terms of like if you give him something and say do this, and this, like a list to prepare, he's fine. So we let him, do things like that. So I didn't see a problem with him, light a candle, whatever. And Lena asked me could she stay up and still watch the rest of her iPad or whatever. It was just her birthday, and I was trying to give her a little bit extra because we went all out for Gannon's birthday. Like, we took him to a Rockies game. We took friends with him.
It is already strange that Letitia is going on several tangents and prefacing this entire conversation with the loving relationship she had with her children, especially with her daughter, Harley Hunt, whom she would refer to as Lena, almost as if she wants to say that whatever happened with the candle was not intentional.
So it starts beeping. It's like a beep, 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 beep. And I thought that someone was coming in the house. I didn't see anything going on. Then it started saying fire, 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 fire. So there was smoke coming up through the basement. So then I ran back downstairs to get Gannon. And then the fire was on the floor over here, then on the sofa. So I'm pretending this is the sofa and this is our floor. So it was right here and right here. And I saw the candle that was over here. So there was covers everywhere because the kids always get on them about, they leave a lot of covers laying around all the time. I take a whole bunch of them and I go and like basically smash down on the sofa and the fire to put it out. So I got a burn, and then I was like, get up again, and started running at that point because it wakes him up. He's alert. He's realizing that the covers and everything's on fire, the carpet's on fire, and we all go outside.
Essentially, what occurred was a freak accident from Gannon. Due to him accidentally knocking over a candle, a small fire had somehow ignited on the carpet in the basement. This was the same cut-up section of the carpet that Letitia had previously shown officers. But this was odd. Second-degree burns by just a knocked-over candle, especially on both arms, is unlikely, if not impossible. Gannon would have also had enough common sense to run away from flames. After all, it was a slow-moving fire caused by a candle. If this wasn't strange enough, Letitia begins to recount the injuries Gannon suffered, but this time, they would be different from what she told Albert.
I was scared because my thought process was Albert is going to kill me. Because I made a mistake as a parent and forgot to really check him down. And he really got a little bit more burnt than he should have. So I was freaking out because it's like he's going to kill me. And Gannon was like, it's okay. And there was blood. And he had on his arms. And as it was peeling, I should have called.
What did he have blood at?
I should have called the hospital and just asked, I don't know enough about burns, but I should have called the hospital and just asked, I made a mistake.
To quote, Letitia just said more than he should have, and secondly, implied that Gannon was somehow bleeding because of burns, an apparent contradiction to what she told Albert. More importantly, this was a massive slip-up by Letitia, and detectives suspect that this fire wasn't a simple mistake. However, there is no way to confirm this situation as of now, but there is one conclusion that officers can make. Letitia is lying. When a suspect is guilty, they often make major changes to alibis as opposed to someone who is innocent and has little variation in their story. In Letitia's case, she changes major details about the candle incident, especially her response, which was recorded on her phone, which sets off a series of red flags for the detectives as they now believe that she might go as far as changing her original alibi about Gannon's disappearance too, and begin to question her about it. If this assumption turns out to be true, there is a high likelihood that Letitia is withholding even more crucial information.
Bueno, he visto los comentarios de los videos y me dicen que todo es fake, que nunca funciona lo de los robos. A ver, chicos, vean, nos vamos a meter aquí en la sección y ya vean, tenemos 0 robos. Después de cargar el primer link, entonces bajan y buscan la sección que dice reclamar.
There is a high likelihood that Letitia is withholding even more crucial information.
He goes in through the garage. I go in. I'm getting ready to put up the things, stuff like that. As we got inside, I heard something, but I didn't think anything about it because I thought, maybe Gannon was doing something. Maybe we were doing whatever. Mm-hmm. And the guy was in there, and I gave him the code.
The guy from the...
Yeah, it's all my fault because I gave him our code to fix the carpet.
Okay.
And I shouldn't have. And then when I walk downstairs, I hear something again. Well, at that point in time, Gannon was on the sofa, and I saw him, and I heard something again, and I walked on around, and he was standing in there. He had on gloves.
In the storage closet?
Yes.
Okay.
He had one of the guns.
Okay.
And I was terrified.
Okay.
So terrified. And then he just knocked me down and like towards Gannon's room. And he was hitting on me. It was like hard, like on the ground. And he was trying to like break me.
Exactly as predicted, Letitia's alibi has changed from Gannon visiting a friend's house to having an intruder break into her home. But this would only be the start of her outrageous lies as, according to her, confrontation with this stranger escalates.
And I'm like pleading and like talking and like all these things going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like just back and forth with him. And why are you doing this? Why did you hurt us? Why are you doing these things? And then he was like on top of me again. And then I kind of lied out again because he just hit my head again.
Oh, really?
And then, and then he was like, he asked me to give him a suitcase. And I gave him a brown suitcase. And then he hit me on the head again. And I like right here. He just kept like hitting me right there like that.
Okay.
And so then he did that. And then I blacked out again. I was having panic attacks. And then I don't know what happened from there. I really don't. I don't know. I just know that I did lie. I did. When they came, I did say, get a lift, whatever. You know that. But, but he never did. He never left to go play. Or I just didn't know what to do, and I panicked in the moment. And I didn't want Albert to be like trying to hurt us because we kind of get a lot of fights. And I just want you to know that's the only reason that I made up the lie.
A simple way to check whether she has been assaulted is using a sexual assault nurse examiner at a local hospital. These are registered nurses who receive special training to collect forensic evidence from assault survivors. Conveniently, Letitia rejected this examination when officers offered it to her. Not only that, but even CCTV footage confirms the fact that no one entered or left the Stouch residence after Letitia and Gannon came home. She likely thought that this poorly planned story would absolve her of any crimes. Fortunately, quite the opposite happened. Noticing these contradictions, police officers handed this case over to the FBI, who gathered CCTV footage from neighbors and came to a harrowing realization. The morning after Gannon's disappearance, Letitia rented a Kia Rio for 24 hours and left the house at approximately 8:30 a.m. on the 28th of January. When the car was returned the following day at 8 a.m. on the 29th of January, it had clocked in 955 miles in the span of one day. This could mean only one thing. Letitia had likely murdered Gannon after their return at 2 p.m. and on the morning of January 28th, left to dump his body. While this much is easy to figure out, the exact details surrounding the murder are still not known. This is why 1 month after Gannon's disappearance, on March 2nd, federal investigators called Letitia in for yet another interview to piece together this confusing puzzle of Gannon's disappearance and possibly his murder.
Because of the nature of the warrant, it being a murder warrant, we need to know the real story because you put out quite a few different stories.
Put out to who?
We heard a lot of the stories to Al.
To Albert?
Mm-hmm.
The reason I already knew someone was listening to him, but because of him not ever being supportive, and I tried originally to talk to him when he first got there, that was the only reason I said those things to him, was just because I was out of anger and out of hurt and not being able to have support. It was nothing to do with me saying those things to him was just being what is the word you want to call it? Selfish or facetious or whatever you want to call it. I did have originally initial different thoughts on certain things, and that was me trying to basically read him and try to figure the situations out. So I understand that you may have heard those or whatever you may have heard, and that's okay because that totally was not.
What Letitia is referring to hearing are rumors about the friction between her and Albert. Since he was a National Guard, Albert was rarely home and Letitia felt he gave little attention to her. This had resulted in instability in their relationship, which Letitia initially denies as being small apprehensions she felt about him. However, when the officer confronts her about odd searches on her phone, she goes into a state of absolute panic.
In here I even have what you entered in your phone. The stuff that you've entered and deleted, Blood is spurting from an arterial bleed. Direct pressure not controlling.
What? I didn't look this up.
It's from your phone.
Blood is what?
Spurting from an arterial bleed.
No.
Somebody did from your phone. I don't like my stepson.
No.
I don't like my stepson. Should I get a divorce? I'll stalk cheating. I'll stalk Instagram. I'll stalk cheating in Colorado Springs. How to get blood out of sheets.
Out of sheets?
Mm-hmm. I want immunity.
Oh, the blood out of sheets was because we always had always nosebleeds. If I ever looked up blood out of sheets, it was nosebleeds.
And I figured it might be something.
I didn't ever look up anything about an artery or something unless it went from something else.
It's on your phone.
And I never looked up anything about my stepson unless someone else did.
The searches that the investigator just named would only be a few of the 34 searches that Letitia made between the 25th and the 28th of January, which is the exact time frame that Gannon went missing. Conveniently, she would have an excuse for every single one of them.
The reason I brought up gangs is you looked up, I want immunity because it was gang related. And this sounds like me. Find me a new husband. Find me a rich guy who wants to take care of his kids.
The new husband is just because Albert already knew that was about the lady Debbie Sherrill who wanted to find a new husband after 35 or something. He picked me about Amazon.
And like a lot of these can have nothing to do with this.
It doesn't.
I get it. I'm doing all the work for my stepkids and their mom doesn't help.
Oh, that bothered me. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Oh yes, because I wanted them to be mine. Like.
One day, some people will wish they treated you differently, which I get that. Parenting should be for people, not one. What a societal person might say. I mean, these make me very sad when I read them because I can see you're doing all the work at home by yourself.
Which I wanted to be there. Like, I wanted to totally have the kids as my children. That's the point you're not getting. Like, I wanted those kids to be saying to me that I'm their mom.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the person who cares for them, loves them, everything.
If these were not incriminating enough, investigators also found 12 deleted search terms in Letitia's iPhone, all of which pertaining to her wanting to find a new husband and being sick of being with Albert.
What do you do if you suspect a person swallowed poison? Did somebody actually swallow poison?
Poison? I don't know. I always click things and read.
Why is Spanish so hard to learn? I can't remember anything and I can't even speak it. Let me ask Dora. Here we have the...
Did somebody actually swallow poison?
Poison? I don't know. I always click things and read them.
Did somebody swallow it?
No one swallowed any poison.
Okay. You will never forgive me and treat me like a princess. You'll never know when it's too late.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I always search for things when Albert was gone.
What is an Alford plea? Did you figure out what an Alford plea was?
Alford plea?
Yeah.
I think somebody asked me that and I probably searched it.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
Do you remember? What did you remember?
I don't remember. I just remember something. Because someone was writing that online. So if anyone wrote something online, I looked it up. Just like the other day, someone wrote something about FBI coming or something, and if I see something online, I always Google.
Usually when a suspect undergoes a criminal trial and is found guilty of a crime, they are given a maximum sentence. However, there is a legal loophole to avoid this. If a suspect pleads guilty, yet remains adamant that they are innocent, then they are not given a maximum punishment. Instead, they are given a known punishment for a crime. This is known as the Alford plea. But as always, Letitia has a convenient story for a search as incriminating as this and continues deflecting any and all evidence. Because of this cathartic behavior, the detective decides to reroute the conversation elsewhere. A preliminary investigation of the house found blood splotches covering the rear of the truck, Gannon's living space, and even the cut-up carpet.
I've seen the markers from the spray. The spray went from the bed all the way up here. Well, you had to clean it up.
I don't know anything about that.
It comes from aspirated blood.
Okay.
Do you know what that means?
No.
It means that he didn't accidentally do it.
Okay. Whatever.
So that's what we were waiting on for the warrants, because somebody struck Gannon in the bed.
If someone struck Gannon in the bed, thank God we were all drugged then. If that's what you're saying happened.
Well, then can you tell me how that blood got on the wall?
Sure.
That's Gannon's blood on the wall.
Okay, well, I guess, sir, if you think you have all the answers, then
You're making me guess.
I'm not.
You've got the answers.
I'm not making you guess, sir.
It doesn't work like it does on TV. Have you ever watched Criminal Minds or Profilers?
I don't watch any of that stuff because I don't do bad things to people.
You know, good people watch those shows.
I don't do any of that. I don't do bad things to people.
Right now, you're the last person in canon.
I don't do bad things to people. I don't.
I don't think you do bad things to people.
I don't do bad things to anyone, and I didn't do anything bad to Gannon.
I think something bad happened to Gannon, and I don't know of a way to get you to tell me about it.
When Gannon returned home on the 27th of January, a doorbell camera had captured audio of neighborhood dogs being sent into a frenzy by what appeared to be Gannon screaming. By 5 p.m., 3 hours after these screams, Letitia had ordered her daughter, Harley Hunt, to buy cleaning supplies from a nearby Dollar Tree at 5 p.m. These included baking soda, vinegar, trash bags, and carpet powder from a nearby Dollar Tree. The baking soda and carpet powder to absorb the odor of blood and clean minor stains on the carpet. The vinegar was bought to remove deeper stains on walls and act as a disinfectant, and the trash bags to hide Gannon's body. A body that officers had missed by mere inches and had been hidden away in some part of the basement or garage. And every single location that Letitia showed officers, the garage, the carpet, and Gannon's room, were all locations that Gannon had bled in. Not only that, her searches about human anatomy from before indicate that she stabbed Gannon in the artery, which resulted in arterial spray, after which Letitia desperately tried to clean up the evidence of her crimes. This is also the reason she had backed up all the way into her driveway, as the rear end of her vehicle was filled with blood, indicating that abuse had taken place prior to them returning home. Knowing that the investigator is catching on to this story, her initial attempts of feigning innocence now turn into desperate attempts to deflect everything that she is told.
Why would I hurt our child? I had everything in the world. Why? I have no motive. None. Don't have the first motive. Everything I wanted in my life, I had it. Why? Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense a lot of the time what happens inside of a house.
And sir, I don't even know what you're talking about. All I can tell you is I did not hurt him.
Notice that she uses the word motive, which is often terminology that is used by law enforcement when charging a criminal, corroborating the facts that she had done her due diligence about the law in case she got caught, just like her searches about the Alford plea. Regardless, the investigator knows that there is a limit to how much she can refuse cold hard facts, and begins to pressure her even further by promising her that he is more concerned about Gannon's safety rather than her crimes.
I do want to help, and whether you did this or not, it doesn't matter to me. With all the evidence that they have, the reason why it took so long is the district attorney wanted to wait and wait and wait till they made sure they could win in the courtroom.
Okay.
And I've done no body homicides before. They have more on this case than we do on most of them.
Okay, sir. But if you have what you need, why do you keep asking me?
Because our goal is to find Gannon. Our goal is not to prosecute you. That's the district attorney's job. We're investigators. And like you've just seen, I do a poor job about half the time because I have to guess. Because as much as we try to track you with your cars and your phones and whatever else, there are gaps. We do have, like I told you, the blood in the house. We do.
I don't know if you've heard, but iXcel is perfect for busy kids like us. I use it at school and at home. My mom calls it healthy screen time. I call it fun. Although, I guess I am learning too.
Told you the blood in the house. We do have, do you know about the board that was thrown in the forest? Letitia?
What? I'm sorry, sir, what?
The board that has Gannon's blood on it that was thrown in the forest.
Okay, so alright, so what?
You got your DNA on it.
Presented with such overwhelming evidence, a suspect would usually crack under the pressure and allow themselves to be arrested. In Letitia's case, however, not only does she keep refuting everything the detective has to say, but even goes as far as accidentally giving him even more incriminating information.
The blood that you or your team allow people to be in the house.
That has no bearing on this.
Okay, well, if it doesn't, then okay.
It doesn't.
Okay, so
you ready to tell me your blood strings on him?
Maybe check one of them. Because
I bet you they can tell me the last time they saw Gannon, even though it was months before. I bet Al can tell you the last time he saw Gannon, even though he didn't know that was going to be the last time. I guarantee you he's got an image of Gannon. And you were the last one with him, Letitia. Okay.
Now, Letitia has just agreed that she was the last person who saw Gannon. Not only this, but throughout this interview, she has also admitted to Gannon's injuries, blood locations, and motives. With all of this information that Letitia herself provided, this was less of an interrogation and more of a confession of murder. Letitia was a broken individual. She cast aside her husband and 2 children because of 2 major reasons. 1, Albert's job in the National Guard made her resent him and wish she was married to someone better. 2, her extreme inferiority complex towards Gannon's biological mother, Landon Bullard. It was later found that during the candle incident, Gannon had wished for his mom to be present, which sent Letitia into a psychotic break, and she attempted to mask a murder in the form of an accidental fire. This failed attempt only added fuel to the fire, so the very next day she called in a vacation from work and spent the day brutally murdering Gannon and erasing any traces of her crimes. With these findings, there was no escape for Letitia, and 8 days after this interview, she was officially arrested for her crimes. And while being transported to a county jail, out of pure frustration and insanity, she turns to the only other option she has: becoming a fugitive.
She keeps threatening me. Stop. Well, she keeps threatening me.
Stop it.
Well, she keeps on threatening me. I have stopped it. She keeps on.
Well, she got out of the restraints.
She keeps on. Threatening me.
Put your arm down.
I will for you. She keeps
Put your arm down.
Put your arm
Put
down.
your arm
Well, she
down.
keeps threatening me the whole time.
Tisha?
I will with you. I said I would.
Then give me your arm now.
Well, I said I would with you. I said I would with you. I said I would with you. I'm just asking to breathe. That's it. Just to breathe. That's all I want to do is breathe. You're hurting my arm.
My phone is jacking. Cold.
You're hurting my arm. You're hurting my arm.
Lisa,
I just
stop.
want my arm. It's hurting my arm. Just let my arm off.
It is ironic that Letitia complains about not being able to breathe, about how her arm hurts and how she's uncomfortable. Yet, when she did even worse to poor Gannon, she was filled with nothing but ecstasy and couldn't help but laugh in the face of the officers. Even more tragically, the circumstances that Gannon's body was found in would prove that his death was not instant. It was slow and painful. On March 17th, 2020, 49 days after his murder, a maintenance worker found a suitcase under Escambia Bay Bridge in Pace, Florida, 1,300 miles away from the Stouch home, and inside was Gannon's body. Autopsies done on the body showed high levels of acetaminophen and hydrocodone. While these are generally pain medications, hydrocodone was never prescribed to Gannon. It was prescribed to his father, Albert Stouch, who kept the prescription hidden in his nightstand, the location of which only Letitia was aware of. This means he was forcibly drugged to reduce the pain of his injuries, possibly in an attempt to fuel Letitia's sick fantasies. However, this was not the end of it. A gunshot wound in his jaw meant that after Letitia had her fun, she ended his life almost immediately.
Hey there, your bike looks great.
I just got this electric bike off Temu.
Looks so cool. Tell me about it.
It's equipped with a 750-watt brushless motor and has a max speed of 20 miles per hour, 20 times.
Cops have to deal with all sorts of violent and dangerous criminals every day. But what happens when it's their very own family they have to arrest?
Yeti, why are you pushing me? Caitlin, knock it off!
This is Officer Kovac, a policeman who didn't approve of his daughter's relationship with 18-year-old Makai Coleman. After tracing his daughter's laptop to the residence, he spotted Makai's car driving by and decided to pull it over.
You can get out. You're going to jail. Get out. Have a seat in my car. We'll make shit up as we go.
It's immediately clear that this isn't a normal police interaction. That last phrase, "we'll make it up as we go," is obviously unprofessional and quite scary too. Officer Kovac has a personal and emotional connection to this case and has even made an unlawful traffic stop because of it. Even if he did have a valid reason to pull Mackay over, he should have radioed for another officer to handle the stop. But instead, he's taking things into his own hands.
Any guns, knives, weed on you? What's that?
Obviously.
Go ahead, get smart before I can do something to you, even more.
The passenger side door opening means someone is still in the vehicle, and it turns out to be another of his daughter's friends, but she's still nowhere to be seen.
I tell you get out of the car? Did I tell you get out of the car?
Bill's advising a white female in a blue jeep, throwing them with a gun.
Does your dad know my daughter's in your house?
Conveniently, Kovac managed to pull them over right next to the friend's house, so he decided to have a chat with the mother after remembering his daughter's laptop also showed her inside of this house.
Why is her computer there?
Why would your daughter be in my house?
I don't know. You know, so if I check and you're lying to me, you're going to jail.
You could check, and I'm not lying to you.
She's getting a ticket because she wasn't wearing her seatbelt, so that's going to cost her $200.
Then you know what? Get a warrant.
That's fine. I will.
The woman politely invites Kovac to search her home despite having no legal obligation to. He tells her that because her daughter wasn't wearing a seatbelt, he's going to write them a ticket for $200, causing the woman to revoke her consent to search. It's becoming clear just how much he's willing to abuse his power to solve his own personal issues. So the woman decides to speak up.
Hey, you're making this personal. How am I being disorderly?
She wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
I was wearing my seatbelt. You're making this personal. You want to take my daughter because you think your daughter is in my house.
No, she wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
I'm going to call 911.
Realizing exactly what's going on, the girl's mother reminds Officer Kovac that what he's doing is both unprofessional and illegal. But in a scramble to prevent the woman from calling his colleagues to the scene, he decides to let her daughter go without a ticket before discovering something nobody could predict.
I didn't even see you. Get out of the car. Get in my car. Go ahead, you guys are good. Ma'am, they could go with you.
The officer's daughter, Caitlin, had been hiding inside Mackay's car the entire time, obviously terrified of what her father might do to her and her friends. It turns out her fear wasn't unfounded, as he proceeds to essentially kidnap his own daughter by forcing her into his vehicle.
Get in my car. Goodbye.
You can't take me. I am 18. You have to give me a reason. By law, why are you pushing me?
Caitlin! Knock it off!
You don't want me! I know! Why you can't do this?
Yeah, she did nothing.
I'm an adult!
Get in the car. She's going to the hospital because she said she was going to kill herself Friday.
No, I didn't!
Caitlin is essentially being kidnapped here. She's broken no laws and is legally an adult, meaning she can stay or go with anyone she wants. But despite that, he tells her that she has to come with him to the hospital as she needs a psychological evaluation. There's no need to point out just how badly Officer Kovac handled the entire situation. Internal Affairs did that for us. It was quickly concluded that Kovac acted illegally and irresponsibly. During the entire interaction, Kovac was listed as an available unit and was called to a domestic abuse case, but he never responded. Officer John Kovac was later fired from the police department for his unprofessional behavior. But it's not only police officers that can be protective parents, though. Take this example from Vermont, when a 52-year-old father tried using an excavator to attack.
Whatever you do, don't throw these items away. Here are 10 items that we accept. Gold, costume jewelry, watches, Android and Apple phones, coins and currency.
Though, take this example from Vermont, when a 52-year-old father tried using an excavator to attack the officers that were arresting his own kid. What you're watching is essentially two people threatening each other with deadly weapons. The cops are in an extremely tough position here. They have to keep control of the detained suspect while also talking down his father, all while in a life or death situation.
243 and 254 and a 1010.
Unfortunately, this is where the footage ends. However, you can make out the radio dispatcher informing other officers of a 1010 at the address. A 1010 is a fight in progress, and more units are quickly dispatched to help these two officers take control of the situation and take the entire family into custody. The son was arrested on charges of burglary and assault, while the father was also taken into custody and arrested. In both of these cases so far, a cop's family member hasn't been directly arrested, but this next case shows what happens when a cop has to arrest his own daughter for a DUI.
Dad! You do stops with this shit, you're arrested for DUI.
On the 28th of December 2022, a witness had observed a white vehicle strike a traffic light and then quickly drive off. A part of the vehicle's bumper had fallen off in the road after the hit. Around 15 minutes after the call, police located the suspect's vehicle at a gas station across the road, but the driver was the last person they expected.
Come back from Applebee's?
Yeah, I had a drink.
Okay. How old are you?
21. My dad is
Listen, your bumper's in the road over there. Did you just hit that pole?
No, I promise I did not.
No?
The very thing 21-year-old Teresa says is that her dad is an officer with the local PD, possibly hoping that he'd come and get her out of the situation. But the cops at the scene are sure that things are way past that.
You left Applebee's.
Yeah, I left Applebee's.
You cut through the plaza. You came out by Lowe's and Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Did you hit the traffic pole that's right there?
No, I did not hit the traffic pole. This part was hanging off already. I hit a deer in Pennsylvania because I go to school in.
Do you smoke marijuana recreationally?
No, I do not smoke marijuana universally.
Universally, smoking marijuana isn't the only part of her story that doesn't make any sense. She's saying that her bumper was already hanging off from an accident in Pennsylvania around 25 miles away, and it just happened to fall off right as another car identical to hers struck a traffic light. But Teresa has a trick up her sleeve that might just get her out of this. At least, that's what she hopes.
I hit a deer.
You see this?
I hit a deer before this. You can ask my dad.
This piece fell off at the traffic light that you hit, that you knocked over. 6-7. Do you have another unit out with you?
You call my dad? He's a sheriff's officer.
All right, hang out.
Over the course of just a few minutes, Teresa brings up her dad over 5 times, obviously praying that he'll be able to find a way for her to get out of this. But before he can come to rescue her, the cops are starting to zero in on what really happened and begin to get at least some of the truth from Teresa.
Did you drive away because you're scared because you maybe had one drink and you think you're drunk?
Yeah.
And you might get arrested, but you don't seem like you're drunk?
Yes.
So you want to just tell the truth?
Yes, I'm telling you the
So
truth.
when after Applebee's, did you hit a traffic pole? You can't miss it. It lights up. It's red, green, and yellow.
I hit a curb.
You hit a traffic signal.
No, I hit a curb.
Yeah, you went up the curb, you hit the traffic signal fell down, and you
I
left.
was texting. If you just call my dad, he would tell you.
Well,
It's the
here's
sheriff's office,
the thing.
I promise
Your dad, the
you.
sheriff's officer, wasn't driving your vehicle today.
In just this one short conversation, Teresa admits that she did hit something, that she's more intoxicated than they realized, and that she was texting while driving. 3 driving faults that can each come with their own punishment. So now that the truth has come out, the detectives decide to speak with her father, John. But it turns out he's not there to help her.
What's going on? Hey, John, how are you? So your daughter hit a traffic pole. Go back there. Okay. Where's the damage on the car?
Okay, the damage on that car there, I think it was like the front right bumper.
John explains that Teresa did hit a deer earlier and that the damage was on the front right bumper, but it was nowhere near as serious as the damage the car was currently sustaining.
Can I come out? Are you guys out there?
That's up to you. I'll see if she wants you to come out, if she wants, you to drive her home.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Let me come out there and I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. Thank you.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
It looks like Teresa isn't going to be getting the salvation she was hoping for from her dad, and just 5 minutes later, he arrives at the scene to talk with the cops.
What's up? So, what she's saying, and where the damage was there, doesn't really make too much sense. So, tried to get some more information out of her, but and then that piece of bumper there. So, for the other one, was it just the bumper wasn't hanging like that?
Yeah, no, so what it was is,
so what it was is basically this was intact.
Okay.
This piece was missing, and the scratches here, that's all from the deer that she lost.
So right now, this is going to be my call.
Okay.
Coming out.
Okay, gotcha.
He's going to be providing all the details.
Okay, who's your supervisor?
Sergeant John Paul.
Not that I'm dude. I'm just asking.
The cops who were first at the scene almost seem as though they were expecting John to try and make excuses for his daughter and get extra nervous when he asks who their supervisor is. Obviously, there are countless examples of corruption where officers, especially those in the higher ranks, are able to use their power to prevent their family from getting into trouble. However, the officers quickly realize all he's trying to do is gather all the information on the incident so he can make a fair assessment himself. This quickly becomes evident as he checks his text messages from her to try and create a timeline of events.
I just want to show you this so you can see it. You home 10:39. What do you think? Time do you think that initial call came? Because she probably hit it and was like, "Dad, what the fuck do I do?"
Somewhere between 10:45 and 11.
That's about right.
When we're talking to her, she wasn't telling us what she fed off.
I mean, lying to she knows better. I'm a cop. She knows not to do that. Well, maybe she didn't even. Do you think she? I'm not. I'm saying she didn't lie.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to be very clear about that. But she might not even look at the freaking car to see if there's any difference.
However, despite John's willingness to help the officers out, the sergeant at the scene asks him not to get involved, so to guarantee the integrity of the investigation. So far, everything other than Teresa's conduct has been perfect and is a great example of proper policing. So, it's back to focusing on what Teresa had mentioned earlier. She says she'd only had one drink at Applebee's, but it's starting to seem as though she may be a little more drunk than they realized. Suspicions that were only confirmed after some field sobriety tests.
And everything that happened today, I don't think that you were okay to safely operate the motor vehicle.
Dad!
So,
Dad!
Dad!
Where's my dad?
Oh, your dad's right over here.
Dad. You can stop with this shit. Get in the car. You're arrested for DUI. Go ahead.
Have a seat.
After being forced into the police vehicle by her own dad, Teresa was driven to the police station where her blood alcohol level was tested. It came back as 0.17%, over twice the legal limit. As of this upload, Teresa is still awaiting her penalty, but has been issued a court summons for driving under the influence, reckless driving, and failure to report a car accident. Teresa's dad followed protocol perfectly, but what happens when instead of the dad being called to handle his daughter, it's the daughter who calls the cops on her own dad? Well, that's exactly what happened on the 24th of March 2023, when officers were called to a domestic violence case that turned out to be nothing like they expected.
Oh. Can you put the dog in a room for me?
I will. Can you give me?
Alright, who called?
Me.
You did?
Yeah, sure did.
Alright, what's going on?
The woman who answered the door tells the police that she had an argument with her father where he threatened to punch her, and she just wants her parents to listen to her and take responsibility for the issues in her childhood. The responding officer immediately realizes he's in for a rough one.
When did he threaten to punch you?
You want to treat me the way he treated me?
Hey!
Are
you talking to me or are you talking to them?
No, I'm not talking. You know, I'm talking to her, making faces
What
at
I'm
me.
saying though is you need to be talking to me.
I have never once called the cops on someone before, and this is the first time, and he deserves it.
Okay, well he's gonna go talk to him
No,
separate.
not without me.
Okay, then do you want us to conduct an investigation or not?
In this time, the cops take her father into a separate room where he explains that his daughter had been screaming at him all day. Apparently, she was blaming him and his wife for decisions she made, and he was getting tired of the problems she's causing them. Despite the toxicity of the situation, things stayed calm, at least until the cops found a marijuana pipe in the daughter's bag.
But you have a pipe in there that's commonly used to smoke
Why
marijuana.
don't you take this?
As well as the wrapping papers, so...
Well, go. It's not your purse. You don't have the
Okay,
right
it's
to
called
get in
plain
it.
view.
Go the way.
Plain view. Turn around, put
Blah,
your hands
blah,
back.
blah.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
I was trying to...
Turn around, put your hands behind
your...
your... You're gonna be under arrest for obstructing if you do not comply. Stand up.
Off me, you prick. Ow, that's my kid. Oh, that's right. No. I have problems. Get on my back, get on my back.
Give me your hand. Stop resisting.
Oh, this is simple.
Simple.
He started threatening me, punching me, and I thought I had to call you guys for that.
Okay.
In the scuffle, the woman intentionally kicked one of the officers and resisted the arrest. The cops also searched her bag and found a myriad of intoxicants and illegal drugs. So, they read her rights and took her out to the patrol vehicle. Back inside the house, though, things are only getting weirder. The officer hears a sound coming from the bathroom and decides to investigate further.
It happened back there. Something fell down back there.
Probably Christine in the bathroom.
Who's Christine?
A friend of Janet's.
Is she allowed to be here?
Yeah,
It's kind of odd that she stayed in the bathroom the whole time. Does she have warrants?
I don't know.
Hey, Christine! I need you to come out here for a sec.
Unsurprisingly, the mysterious woman hiding from the cops in the bedroom turned out to have warrants out for her arrest and was also put in cuffs. The woman's parents explain that their daughter has been troubled for a long time and has serious trauma from when she was younger. They tell the police that she's currently in therapy for it, which might have brought it to the front of her mind and caused the aggressive nature towards them, but they never mention what the issues are. Nevertheless, the woman was charged with possession of illegal drugs and resisting arrest. The parents weren't charged with anything, meaning their daughter's call completely backfired on her. Drawing from what we know, it seems that the parents were mostly in the right here and had just been dealt a bad hand. Things are completely different for Bruce Adams, though, a father who decided to take matters into his own hands when his son was arrested by abusing his power as a county commissioner.
Tell me who I called to find out why he's in jail. You want me to sue the son of a county sheriff?
In November 2022, Kenneth Adams was pulled over for running a stop sign. But as it turns out, Kenneth was in much more trouble than he realized.
How's it going?
Good. What did I do wrong?
Okay, so the reason I stopped you is you didn't come to a complete stop at the stop sign?
I did.
And then you didn't have your turn signal on.
I sure did.
Okay.
I know for a fact I had my turn signal on.
Okay.
That's why I was surprised you were pulling me over, but whatever.
The officer then took his license and ran it through the system, where he would discover Kenneth had a warrant out for burglary and theft of a vehicle. All of a sudden, Kenneth becomes defensive and refuses to exit the vehicle.
Can I get you to step out of the vehicle with me?
What are you doing? No, what's going on? Seriously, what's going on?
You have a warrant.
How do I have a warrant?
I don't know how you have a warrant, but it's on our system right now. You have an active warrant out of 7th District Court here in San Juan.
I've gone to, no, that's incorrect.
Okay,
I've gone
well,
to
it's on our system right now.
Well,
I'm not going to argue with you about it. You're going to go to jail tonight on that warrant, okay?
No, I'm not. Dude, this is absurd.
Mr. Adams, you do have an active warrant for your arrest.
And who issued the warrant, though?
The courts have it issued.
For what, though? Because I've gone to court for everything. There should not be an active warrant for me anywhere, dude.
Kenneth claims that he's already been to court for his previous crimes, but the warrant still calls for his arrest. For the majority of smaller cases, the suspect is tasked with turning in the documents that prove that they've been to court and completing any classes they were made to attend by the judge. Without those documents, the court cannot confirm they attended anything. So when Kenneth forgot to turn his in, the warrant remained open, and the police had no way to tell that he had in fact been to court.
Issued October 13th.
For what?
It has some felony charges, burglary charges.
Dude, I've been to court for that. No, I've been to court for that.
You want to know the charges?
Yeah, I do.
So it has 2 burglary charges listed, a theft charge, mischief.
That's on my old case.
3 charges of burglary of a vehicle, and
Yeah.
criminal trespass.
Yeah, why is that floating up now?
Kenneth was taken away to the station, but this is when his father, Bruce Adams, turned up, who turned out to be the county commissioner for the local area. How convenient for Kenneth. Immediately after arriving at the scene, Bruce demanded to know what was going on and quickly started to show signs of corruption.
Where's Kenneth?
He's in jail. They took him.
You already took him to jail?
They took him to jail, and I stayed here with the car.
Why?
For a warrant.
Who do I call to find out?
To find out the warrant?
You're a police officer. Tell me who I called to find out why he's in jail.
I got to be careful with this stuff, Bruce. You understand that? Okay. That's the warrant. Okay, so it says warrant status active, offense burglary, theft, criminal mischief, burglary of a vehicle, burglary of a vehicle, burglary
He's
of a vehicle.
already been to court over that.
You saw the warrant right there. I showed you a warrant.
He's been charged with that, and he has a plea in abeyance on all of it.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to turn him loose.
I can't turn him loose, Bruce.
Who can?
Nobody can. He's been arrested for a warrant. The courts can.
And the warrant's false.
Huh? The warrant's not false.
You want me to sue the son of a county sheriff? because he arrested my kid on a false warrant?
The warrant's right there.
Bruce is obviously trying to abuse his position and influence the commissioner to try and save his son from the law. But luckily, this officer stands his ground and refuses to cave in. Eventually, though, Kenneth was released from jail, the warrant was withdrawn, and no further action was taken against Bruce.
Ten-year-old Amelia thought today would finally be her happy day. She had no one to call a friend, and cruel names followed her everywhere, and chosen because they thought she was easy to hurt. But today, a card waited on her desk, with a beautiful heart drawn on the front. Inside, it read, "Meet me by the fountain." For a moment, Amelia believed she had finally found a friend. Instead, it was a cruel trap. Left soaking in the freezing water, she shivered as bruises began to show beneath her sleeves. Life at school had never been kind to the little girl, but the real cruelty waited for her at home. Her stepmother secretly gave her hormone injections, forcing painful changes to her body so her stepsister Kate would appear perfect beside her. She had even arranged for daily pills to ensure Amelia never loses any weight. And